Hi and welcome to this beginner to intermediate seated abs series. I have a mini Pilates ball. It's a non-weighted ball, about 8 to 10 inches, and it's not completely inflated. I'm sitting with knees bent, hands under thighs for support. My back is tall at the top. I inhale as I tip back with a straight spine, and then I exhale as I come up. The hardest part is keeping my head back in line with the spine and not forward. What helps me is thinking of the back of my head. The weight of it is supported by the low abdominal muscles. Next progression here, as you can see, I'm no longer holding onto the back of my thighs. My arms are forward, hands at least as wide as my shoulders, if not a little bit wider, to prevent any caving through the shoulders. So I'm intentionally keeping my shoulders wide. I inhale as I tip back. Notice my eyes are looking at the wall. Now where the ceiling and the wall meet. Now the ceiling. Take a breath. Exhale, slowly come up, resisting the urge to let my head duck out early and come forward. I slowly come up. Now a little rest next. So I remove the ball. I'm going to round forward with my knees out wide, soles of the feet together. Honestly, do what feels comfortable for you. The next progression is to move the ball between the knees, or it's really the thighs just off of the knees. Same motion. Notice I can't go quite as far because I no longer have the support of the ball. So as I tip back, I think about my waist kind of bracing and pulling inward like an invisible corset to support my spine as I tip back and up. If this feels too challenging, go back to using the ball and you can just stick with this first part of the video. This next exercise is going to take us into spinal flexion. So if you know that you have an issue in your spine that prevents you from doing spinal flexion, then you'll just stick with the first part of the video, building strength there. So right now, all I'm doing is holding onto the back of the thighs. I have the ball between the knees. I have a gentle pressure on the ball, activating the inner thighs, and I'm rocking back off of the sitting bones into a little pelvic curl. And then I inhale as I sit up tall. I'm pretending like somebody has punched me in the gut or they're pulling me back by my waist. And then I sit back up tall. A very important detail is that I'm trying to keep my collarbones wide and my shoulders wide instead of rounding through my shoulders to create this C curve or pelvic curl shape. Lower core activation is the goal rather than hunched or rounded shoulders. This next move is going to start the same, where I do the little pelvic curl, but rather than just stopping there, I'm going to continue lowering as low as I can with controlled ab muscles, still holding under the thighs. Take a breath. Exhale, come up and sit up tall. Inhale, tall. Exhale, somebody's pulling me back by my waist. I continue to travel back. My eyes are looking where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come up like somebody's holding me by my waist still and sit up tall. Inhale. Exhale, they're pulling me back by my waist. Pause, inhale at the bottom. Exhale, come up resisting that person holding you by your waist, and then sit up tall out of it. Inhale at the top. Exhale as I lower back. Pause, inhale. Exhale, come up. Inhale, sit up tall out of it. And exhale, tipping back. Inhale, pause at the bottom. Exhale, come up. Inhale, sit up tall. Next one, I'm simply going to take my arms away from the thighs. I'm holding them out, and you'll feel it gets quite a bit harder on the abs. So I still have a gentle pressure using half my strength or less to squeeze into the ball. That's activating the inner thighs, but starts this chain reaction up to the pelvic floor and the low belly. I'm very conscious of keeping my hands at least as wide as my shoulders to really help my shoulders to be able to stay wide and open with a good posture. So remember, we're going into that C curve shape, but we've learned how to initiate it from the lower belly, the lower core. rather than rounding shoulders to create the shape. If this is too much, go back to keeping the hands under the thighs. Next progression is the same movement, but I'm going to take it a bit lower. See how I touch my waist to the mat, and then I come all the way up. So this is intermediate. If this is too much for you, pause the video and just stick with the first half of the video. No problem. You're still building lots of strength. So in this one, rather than just stopping halfway down, I'm controlling it, trying to touch my low waist to the mat. Take a breath. Exhale, come up, resisting that person holding me by my waist. Inhale, sit up tall enough to feel the muscles that line the spine. Exhale, they're pulling me back by my waist. I lower, try to touch my waist. Big pause, big breath. Exhale, come all the way up, trying to keep the chin out of the chest. Collarbone still wide or shoulders wide. Inhale, tall. If the roll-up is too challenging, I want you to try something. I want you to try just rolling down with control as I'm doing here. When it comes to the rolling up part, you're just going to hug your knees to your chest, grab under your thighs and rock up, or simply roll to your side and come up. Join us again at the top. Thinking about a focal point for my eyes, so I'm really trying to keep my chin away from my chest and my shoulders down from my ears. Next progression, I'm going to take it a little bit lower. So I start tall, I control it down. I'm aiming to touch my waist first, nice and controlled. Now I want to touch the tips of my shoulder blades. Take a breath. Exhale, come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And sit up tall, big inhale. Exhale, I've been punched in the gut. I curve and I lower. I try to touch vertebrae by vertebrae, waist. Then the tips of my shoulders. Take a big breath. Exhale, come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And remember your options. If it's too much to do the roll up, just do the rolling down portion with us, going slow and controlled, trying to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then when it comes to coming up, you'll just simply either grab under your thighs and rock up, or roll onto one side. Come up, meet us at the top. That's going to start building the strength that you need to do the roll up in time. So now I'm going to take it a bit further. I'm going to lower vertebrae by vertebrae, my waist, my shoulder blades, the rest of my shoulders. Neck and head come down, arms come overhead. Take a big inhale as the arms come back to the ceiling, and exhale. It's like a roll up, but with bent knees, and I am squeezing into the ball with my inner thighs. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, I've been punched in the gut, or somebody is pulling me back by my waist, and I try to lower vertebrae by vertebrae. Just my waist, then the tip of my shoulder blades, the rest. Neck and head, arms overhead for that big stretch. Inhale as the arms come back to the ceiling. Exhale, I peel up from the head, neck, shoulders, vertebrae by vertebrae. I'm resisting that person pulling me back by my waist to the very end, and sit up tall. And being pulled back by my waist. Lower vertebrae by vertebrae. And remember your options. You can just do the lowering down portion of this and find a way to come up either by grabbing onto your thighs or rolling onto your side, and you're building that strength for the roll up in time. I'm going to resist the person pulling me back by my waist until the very top when my ribs are over my hips. Right here. And then I sit up tall enough to feel the muscles that line the spine. Big breath in that reset. Exhale, I'm being pulled back by my waist. Careful to lower vertebrae by vertebrae. And one trick, if you're struggling in the roll up, it might just be technique. Instead of reaching forward, try to reach up, up, up. Sometimes I have people push their hands up into my hands, and that is the trick. And remember, if you're just doing the lowering portion, it takes a ton of work too. So you are working on lowering as slowly as you can, vertebrae by vertebrae. And in theory, if you can lower vertebrae by vertebrae, you can roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. It simply becomes a matter of technique at that point, and maybe a little bit mind over matter. So take that as you will, and I'm so glad you joined today. Excellent work.